The world woke up this morning to the gut-wrenching news that Mauricio Umansky, beloved real estate mogul and star of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, has been admitted to the intensive care unit at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. For weeks, quiet rumors had swirled about Mauricio's health. Some dismissed them as tabloid speculation. Others feared there was more to the story. Today, those whispers have taken a frightening turn. Mauricio, a husband, father, and entrepreneur known for his charisma, humor, and drive, is reportedly in critical condition. Late last night, sources confirm Mauricio's condition took a sudden decline. Emergency responders were seen arriving at the Umansky-Richards family home just after midnight. Moments later, Kyle Richards was spotted accompanying her husband in a convoy of vehicles heading directly toward Cedars-Sinai. Witnesses described the concern etched on Kyle's face, a look no amount of Hollywood glamour could mask. By dawn, news outlets had caught wind of the story. Fans across the world began refreshing their phones, desperate for any sliver of information. And just hours into Mauricio's ICU admission, Kyle herself broke the silence with a statement that stunned and moved millions. Kyle Richards' emotional statement. Known for her poise and grace, both on and off screen, Kyle Richards revealed a side of herself rarely seen in public. In a statement released through official channels, reportedly written in the hospital waiting room, Kyle's words carried the weight of a woman holding her world together in the face of collapse. Mauricio is my partner, my best friend, the love of my life, and the father of our beautiful daughters. These past 24 hours have been the most difficult of our lives. We are holding on to hope, leaning on faith, and asking for privacy and compassion as Mauricio continues to fight. He is strong, and I am holding his hand through every moment. Those words, raw and deeply human, reverberated instantly across the internet. Twitter, Instagram, and countless news outlets carried Kyle's message. Hashtags like #PrayForMauricio and #StayStrongKyle began trending within hours. It is rare to hear Kyle, a woman so often portrayed as composed, polished, and resilient, speak with such naked vulnerability. Her strength, however, shone through in every syllable. Friends close to Kyle later revealed that she had been camped out at Mauricio's bedside since his admission, refusing to leave even for rest. And for viewers who have watched Kyle and Mauricio's love story play out on rhobh for over a decade, the statement felt like more than a press release. It felt like an intimate invitation into the rawest chapter of their journey, one that no camera crew could script. Medical background and possible causes. Though the exact nature of Mauricio's health crisis has not yet been publicly disclosed, those close to the family have shared that he had been dealing quietly with underlying complications for some time. Stress from balancing his high-pressure real estate empire, buying Beverly Hills filming schedules, and ongoing marital speculation has undoubtedly taken its toll. Mauricio is no stranger to an intense lifestyle. Between international property deals, high-stakes negotiations, and his role as a Bravo personality, he has spent years in constant motion. That relentless pace, combined with family pressures and public scrutiny, may have amplified pre-existing health concerns. Insiders suggest that Mauricio had experienced episodes of fatigue, chest pain, and shortness of breath in recent weeks. Though he brushed them off as stress, close friends urged him to slow down. Unfortunately, last night's sudden decline seems to have brought those warnings into sharp relief. Doctors at Cedars-Sinai are now reportedly working around the clock, supported by a team of specialists, to stabilize Mauricio's condition. His vital signs remain fragile, but the family is said to be clinging to every sign of progress, no matter how small. Kyle Richards' strength. For years, audiences have watched Kyle Richards balance the demands of motherhood, reality television, and Hollywood social life with a smile that rarely falters. But now, stripped of cameras and glam squads, Kyle is revealing her truest strength, the strength of love. Friends close to her describe a woman who has cleared her schedule entirely, canceling filming, appearances, and business obligations. "My only priority right now is Mauricio," she reportedly told her team. She has been sleeping in a chair beside his hospital bed, leaving only briefly to check on her daughters or grab a moment of fresh air. Nurses and staff at Cedars-Sinai have quietly noted her devotion. She hasn't left his side, one insider shared. She's exhausted, but she's determined. She won't let go of his hand. This is not the Kyle of confessional interviews or reunion show clashes. This is the Kyle who stood at the altar with Mauricio 27 years ago. This is the Kyle who raised 4 daughters alongside him. This is the Kyle who knows that in moments like these, nothing matters but love, presence, and faith. And for many who are watching, Kyle's vigil has become a beacon of strength, proof that even when life strips away the trappings of fame, true devotion endures. No story of Mauricio's hospitalization is complete without recognizing the emotional toll on his and Kyle's daughters, Farah, Alexia, Sophia, and Portia. Each of them has been spotted at the hospital, arriving at different hours, often together. The family's closeness, so often shown on Bravo, has now become a real-life lifeline. Farah, the eldest, has stepped into a leadership role, managing phone calls and coordinating communication with extended family. Alexia has been a steady presence, often seen comforting her younger sisters. Sophia and Portia, though visibly shaken, have displayed courage beyond their years, refusing to leave their mother's side. Family friends say the daughters are leaning on each other in a way that is both heartbreaking and inspiring. They're devastated, of course, one insider revealed, but they are also holding each other up. They know their dad would want them to be strong for their mom. In the sterile corridors of Cedars-Sinai, the Umansky daughters remind us all that family is both fragile and unbreakable. As word spread, the support for Mauricio and Kyle became overwhelming. From within the Bravo community, Dorit Kemsley, Lisa Rinna, Garcelle Bava, and Erica Jane each posted messages of love and prayer. Housewives from New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, and Miami chimed in with similar sentiments. Andy Cohen himself dedicated part of his SiriusXM show to the couple, calling Mauricio one of the kindest, most genuine men I've ever met. Beyond Bravo, Hollywood also responded. Kris Jenner called Kyle family and promised prayers. Paris Hilton, Kyle's niece, wrote a moving tribute to her uncle. Musicians, athletes, and philanthropists who had worked with Mauricio in real estate or charity also added their voices. But perhaps the most powerful outpouring came from the fans. Hashtags like #PrayForMauricio, #StayStrongKyle, and #UmanskyFamily trended worldwide. Fans organized virtual prayer circles, lit candles at home, and flooded Kyle's posts with messages of support. This collective response shows something rare in today's world: unity born out of compassion. For Kyle and Mauricio, it is a reminder that they are not alone. What does this moment mean beyond Beverly Hills? It is a sobering reminder of our shared humanity. Illness does not discriminate. IQ rooms look the same whether you are a celebrity or an ordinary worker. The fragility of life binds us all. And in Kyle's tears, in Mauricio's fight, in their daughter's vigil, we see a reflection of ourselves, of every hospital visit we've made, every prayer we've whispered, every hand we've held. It reminds us that strength is not about status or wealth, but about love that endures under pressure. It calls us to live more consciously, to cherish the people we love, to forgive quickly, and to remember that tomorrow is never guaranteed. Mauricio and Kyle's ordeal has become more than a storyline. It has become a lesson, a mirror, and an invitation for all of us to live with greater compassion and gratitude. And so we close this chapter, though for Mauricio and Kyle, the story continues. He remains in ICU, she remains by his side. Their daughters remain steadfast. and the world remains watching, waiting, and praying. To everyone who has tuned in, remember that your words matter. Every prayer, every message, every moment of compassion adds to the energy surrounding this family. If this story has moved you, I invite you to do 3 things. Subscribe to this channel for ongoing updates and more stories that matter. Comment below with your message of support for Mauricio and Kyle. Share this video so that others can join in lifting up the Umansky family during this time. Because at the end, this is more than reality television. This is reality itself. And in reality, what matters most is not what we own, but who we love. Not the spotlight, but the hand we hold in the dark. Kyle and Mauricio have given us laughter, glamour, and entertainment for years. Now it is our turn to give them love, respect, and solidarity. As we wait for updates, let us hold tight to the reminder their story gives us. Love is stronger than fear, family is stronger than fame, and hope is stronger than despair.